I don't fucking know what it
What age did you become a monogamous?
is. Today. Uh, no, but let me just say what it
Good
is.
to know.
And we don't talk about this. We don't talk about dopamine being in a pleasant center of the brain like we talked about. About oxytocin is the hormone. It's called the cuddle hormone. So a lot of times we're just talking in generalities. And that's why.
So, for those of you that didn't watch the roundtable discussion with Clifton Powell and the other men, I watched it. So, here's my take. Specifically in this scene, you can see that Joseph asks Clifton, when did he learn that monogamy was important? Now, what you didn't see prior to this happening, this viral clip going around, is that Lance immediately shines a light on Clifton's generation lack of responsibility and accountability to the women today, saying no government is going to keep me away from my children or my family. When some of the men start to shine light on Clifton's generation lack of accountability and responsibility to the women today and to their families, saying no government is going to keep me away from the children or my family. And that is something that Clifton brought up, saying that the system is a reason why Black men fail to show up for their families. So now Clifton is immediately on a defense. This is why things start to get a little more tense throughout the conversation, because this is a level of accountability that Clifton isn't receiving. It's also interesting that Clifton said he was raised by his siblings who likely weren't even adults, and doesn't even mention his father until he introduces how violent his father is. Clifton expresses that his dad would beat up a baby if he could, or if he got mad enough. That is dangerous. And yet, we don't pause the roundtable talk to discuss how dangerous and violent and scary that is to women in the community around us. Men don't receive that a lack of presence or a shitty presence is still impactful to the children and the community around them and to the women. They don't understand that even though you don't show up a lot of times, and when you do show up, you don't show up as your best self, that still impacts the way that that child grows, and that impacts that child's life. Now, some of the men aren't able to receive what Joseph is saying. And that's because Joseph is not holding back. He's saying men want to act like bitches, men want to be pussies, et cetera, instead of taking care of their responsibilities. He's just getting straight to the point. He's cutting to the chase. No bullshit, no chaser. Let me also add that I feel like there's an unconscious bias towards Joseph from Clifton, because he comes from an older generation, and we were generally raised by homophobic parents. And I feel like that's the reason why he didn't even feel the need to actually seriously respond